the founder behind Gold Stock Analyst Day. John Doody is with me now. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having us here.
Hey, thanks, and glad to have you here again. And you brought some good weather with you.
Yes, and you have some new companies as part of your top 10 this year.
Well, there's been some that have left and some that have been replaced and some,
Yes.
you know.
And sometimes you have harsh words. Sometimes, like Northern Dynasty, that kind of went viral, your latest blog post. Let's talk about Northern Dynasty and your thoughts on this project.
Well, Northern Dynasty is maybe this is the battle of the newsletters, I don't know, but Northern Dynasty is a stock promoted by some other newsletters. And we used to follow it in GSA Pro, but we stopped following it when the US EPA shot down their project before they'd even filed an application. That was unfair. Northern Dynasty got shafted on that, and so we stopped following it. But we know the deposit very well. We followed it when Anglo was involved, when Rio was involved, and so forth. And now that Trump got elected, they think that the permit issue is going to get resolved and they'll be able to start, which may be true, but that doesn't solve the problem. The problem is it doesn't work. The deposit doesn't work. Why
not? Does Alaska want it to work?
Well, some do, some don't. If you're a salmon fisherman, you don't want it because there's a fear that this mine, which could last for 50 years or more, if there's a spill, and they happen, could end up ruining the salmon industry and the salmon fisherman's livelihood. But if you're a resource worker, you want it. So there's a, you know.
How many ounces do they think are there?
Well, there's tens of millions, 50 million, 100 million. But there's 1 billion ounces in the ocean. That doesn't mean it's economic to go get it.
Sure.
And the problem is the economics don't work in Northern Dynasty Pebble project.
So you don't think it's going to come to light any?
No, even the company.
Even with Trump, a lot of people feel like he can turn it around.
They might even get their permit.
Let's talk about gold and silver mining. Obviously, 2016 was a great year for the mining space. Can we expect more of the same in 2017?
Yeah, I think so. If nothing else, President Trump has created a lot of uncertainty. And in uncertain times, people always want to have some gold in their portfolio. And we don't, you know, Trump was elected November 8th, but he inaugurated over a month ago. But what's he done? Nothing really, just blustered and talked about it. He's Captain Chaos, right? And we don't know what's going to come. But I mean, he talks about more infrastructure. Well, spending, where's that going to come from? There's been nothing proposed. Now, maybe we'll get something concrete Tuesday night in his State of the Union address, and maybe that'll come forth with some real programs with it. But it's all been bluster so far.
You know, gold's up about 9% since the start of the year. Silver, it's 9th straight week of positive gains here, up about 12% since the start of the year. Should our focus be more on silver right now? No,
silver is gold on steroids. When gold goes up, silver goes up more. But it works the other way too. When gold goes down, silver goes down more. So we say, we put out a silver letter, GSA Silver. We say 20% maximum of your precious metal investment in silver stocks. And right now the silver stock portfolio, the favorite 5, is up, I think, 24% this year.
John, before I let you go, we had Nolan Watson on earlier today, and he said some wise words saying, you have to be careful. A lot of promoters out there promoting companies that, there's not really much behind them. What's your advice to investors watching?
Well, we want to see, for us, we only cover companies that have a feasibility study that show reserves. They may not yet be in production, like the 2 that we're just speaking this afternoon. They're in the process of getting into production or getting their permits, but at least we have a feasibility study that shows that it's there, the ounces are there. And that's what you need. Otherwise, Mark Twain said a gold mine is a hole in the ground with a liar standing next to it. And there's a lot of those kind of guys around, unfortunately.
On that note, John Doody, thank you so much for having us here, and thanks for joining us.
Okay, well, thanks, and glad to see you again, and see you next week in PDAC.
All right, and thanks for watching our coverage here from Gold Stock Analyst Day. We'll have much more for you, so be sure to stay tuned to Kitco.com.